Hi there, I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I'm testing and comparing 3 overdrive pedals that you have been requesting for a long time. I'm comparing the Jan Ray, the Vemuram pedal Jan Ray, Timmy, and the Walrus Audio 385. So they are all kind of similar because they all have bass and treble EQs on them, and then gain and volume, instead of the normal tone control for the overdrive like a Tube Screamer or like a King of Tone. If you want to support the channel, you can become a Patreon. Just go to my Patreon page. It's a very simple step. Or if you simply want to support the channel, just donate via PayPal, whatever you want. I'll be more than thankful. Also visit my website at www.buddaguedes.com. I have all sorts of things there, including merchandising. You can buy my band CDs, my t-shirts, my pen drives with music, and you can see my gear, get information about online courses and online guitar lessons. If you want to have some guitar lessons with me, just send me a direct message via Instagram or go to my webpage and we'll deal with it from there. Funny story is I was in Bordeaux in France spending some vacation with my son, and we passed through a music store, but I was there because of him, because of my son. So I asked him, do you mind if we come to the store and try some stuff? Because I've seen a Plexi Marshall inside. It turns out it was a JTM 45 and I'm wishing I have one since that time. But I was playing through the JTM 35 with a 4x12 Marshall cabinet and I was loving it. I was playing with the only Strat the guys had in the store, which was an Eric Johnson Strat. I'm not very fan of Eric Johnson, but it was a Strat, and I don't really fancy his Strat too, but it was the closest to my favorite guitar. And I was playing and loving the JDM 45 and thinking, man, I need to have one of these amps. That's what actually made me buy my Bassman, because the JTM 45 is actually based on a Bassman. So I bought the Bassman instead of buying the JTM 45, mainly because the Bassman is a combo and the JTM 45 is a big head. You need to carry a speaker. So I was playing there and the guy says, while you're playing a Marshall with an Eric Johnson guitar, you should try this pedal, which was a overdrive Irmida Audio overdrive. And I tried it, but I asked the guy, so at least let me play through an amp that I really know better than the JTM, so I know what the pedal is doing. And I played through a Lone Star they had in the store. I played the pedal, the overdrive, with the Lone Star, and I was blown away because it was kind of a fuzz, but it reacted really good to your guitar's volume. And I was looking for a lead tone, a thick lead tone, a pedal that gave me that. I could only get it back then, stacking pedals and stuff like that. So that became my favorite pedal because it was like a fuzz, and if I wanted less fuzzy, I would just back off the volume and I get an overdrive tone. I liked it a lot. I was like, man, I came here to play the JTM 45 and I'm thinking about buying this pedal, but I have so many pedals, I don't know if I'd buy it. And the guy comes and say, well, I have another pedal, but it has a problem. It's very expensive and everyone who plays through it wants one and buys one. And I said, like, you don't know who you were talking to. I have like 100 overdrive pedals. It won't change my life. It did. It was the Jan Ray. I played the Jan Ray and I was completely blown away. It's just an incredible overdrive. Probably my favorite overdrive. It is my solo tone, my boost tone for Budda Power Blues in my main pedal board. So it's my thick overdrive, my cut through the mix overdrive. It has a lot of options. It has this thing that you need to have a screwdriver to adjust it, like kind of a bias or a bias. I don't use it. I have it where I liked it and never used it again. I use, depending on the venue, I EQ it and use the gain on it. It's loud as hell, super loud, so it's a great pedal to boost, to make you louder, but it has just the thing, it cuts through the mix, it's clear, it is bassy, and having bass and treble control before the gain really helps you to tailor your distortion, your overdrive, because the amount of bass that you put into your overdrive will overdrive it more and will make it squishier and more compressed. The less bass, more attack note you have, more detail you have, but it distorts less the pedal if you give it less bass. So the Vemuram, as I can use it, let me show you. This is basically how I use it. It can do all sorts of stuff. The right amount of compression, the right amount of distortion. So the thing I really like into the Vemuram is that, into the Jan Ray, is that if you push the bass into the gain, you will get a fuzzier overdrive. This is bass, treble, volume, and gain. So let's listen to it in a normal setting. Man, this is just a great feeling pedal, and it cleans up really good. I love it. Let's push the bass into the drive. And it still cleans great. This was what sold me the pedal. And you noticed I had to boost the treble a little bit, because when you boost the bass it gets too mushy. So I'm giving it a little more pick attack by pushing the treble. And the thing is, this pedal cost me almost the same thing as the Blues Junior, so it's outrageous, the price of this pedal. But man, I have not any other pedal like this. Let's see if the other two can compare to the Jan Ray, although it's an unfair comparison because they are way cheaper than the Vemuram, and the Vemuram has this really beautiful enclosure. But the way I usually set it, it's kind of this, kind of in the middle. Sometimes I cut the bass, I boost the treble. It depends a lot. On my Supros, they are dark amps, so I have to boost the treble a little. These two amps are a little bright, so I need to tame the treble. It depends, but it is a great, and I have the gain almost at 0, because it can go really high. But actually pushing the tones, the bass and the treble into the drive is what makes it overdrive more or less. And you have the bias adjustment here in the back that you can screw with, but to me it's just perfect. I'm not touching it. So let's hear it at the basic setting. Lovely, lovely. Let's hear 385 Walrus audio. Great too, right? Let's hear the Timmy. Timmy has a little more bass, and in the Timmy it's a strange signal order because this is bass, this is treble, this is volume, this is gain, but it's almost the same, except in the Timmy the knobs work the opposite way. So the more counterclockwise, the more open it is. So you're closing it, you're just cutting bass or cutting treble. Let's cut a little more bass. They are in the same territory, but there's some magic in the Jan Ray. The 385, it's to me the one that gets close to it. There's something about the compression that the Jan Ray has that it is killer. Yeah, it's the mid-range. It's a little different, the mid-range. The Vemuram is a little scoop. It feels more slinky under the fingers. It's a way of feeling. But nonetheless, for what the Vemuram Jan Ray costs, you can buy 3 Walrus 385. So, well, the Timmy is a hard one to get. And if you are asking or wondering what the rubber things, what the orange things are under the knobs, It's just a thing I put on my pedal. So in the Vemuram, it is a black one under the knobs. You don't see it, but they are there. It makes it harder to turn the knobs unless you want it. So this enables me to not turn the knobs accidentally with my foot, because if you try to stomp it, it won't move. But if you really push it, they will move. The Timmy has a great tool for live using, because it has the switch here, the 3-position switch. It's very subtle, but very effective, because it's a compression, tone shaping, so it makes the amp feel more or less sag, but you only hear it at loud volumes and when the amp is really struggling to cut through the mix. I usually set it at the middle position. It's the less compressed setting, but it's not very obvious. Yeah, they all have the ability to clean while you're playing, to react to your playing. They are all, the three are incredible pedals. The Jan Ray is on my main Budda Power Blues pedal board. It's my solo tone, my heavier drive before the fuzzes. So I have the broadcast being a gentle drive, almost clean, but if I dig in it dirts up. This is my solo, the Jan Ray is my solo tone, or a heavy riff that I might be playing if the broadcast is too soft. And then I have the second channel of the broadcast, which is kind of a fuzz thing, so it helps me with that. So I have 3 different textures there. The Timmy on the other side is acting as my Jan Ray in my travel pedal board. So in my Budda Power Blues lighter pedal board, this my smaller pedal train junior, it is doing the same job, or trying to do the same job as the Jan Ray. I've had a lot of pedals over there. I had the overdrive, the one I told you about that I bought together with Vemuram and Budda. So I had that one there. I had a Prince of Tone. I had a Tube Screamer. I had a No CD. I had a Plimsoll. None of them really works live for me. They are too compressed. They don't cut through the mix. They are always too distorted. And the Timmy has been doing that job really, really well. Another pedal I really like is this MVO Aurora Blues. This is made in Portugal by my friend Miguel Oliveira. He's the one that takes care of all my gear. And it is an incredible pedal. An incredible one. I also had it there. It has the pedal train, the pedal board Velcro in it, and the pedal board tape. It is a great pedal, but it is too fat. The bass is too heavy. And when I play rental amps, sometimes I can't handle that bass. If I play a super reverb or something like that, I cannot handle that bass. That's why the Timmy is there, because I can cut bass, I can cut treble. Well, that's it. I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope you have liked the show. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and share it with the world. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think about the 3 overdrives. Are they similar enough? Do you like anyone special? Leave your comment. I answer all the comments, so I'll be answering yours. If you want to support the channel, you can become a Patreon. Just go to my Patreon page. It's a very simple step. Or if you just simply want to support the channel, just donate via PayPal, whatever you want. I'll be more than thankful. Also visit my website at www.buddaguedes.com. I have all sorts of things there, including merchandising. You can buy my band CDs, my t-shirts, my pen drives with music, and you can see my gear, get information about online courses and online guitar lessons. If you want to have some guitar lessons with me, just send me a direct message via Instagram or go to my webpage and we'll deal with it from there. That's it. We'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.